Ass titties. Hello everybody, welcome back to Talkin' Tricks, and today, unfortunately, Jason is not with us, he is sick, but I do have 4 special guests, which is a fucking lot, and I love it. So, we have Tej, we have Adam, Ray, and we have Tavon? Sorry. Tyvon. I'm so sorry. But, so... You may know Tej from the face of Tricking Bounties, but this collective of individuals is hosting Rose City Gathering. So, yeah, I decided we should have them on just to talk about Tricking Bounties and the gathering. So, first of all, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, good.
Doing good? Awesome. So I guess I want to start out by just talking about Tricking Bounties for a second because it just kind of, like, blew the fuck up out of nowhere, and it was really fucking dope. Like, I thought it was the coolest idea ever to, like, put out bounties for tricks that aren't really done and incentivize people to do it. And so, I don't know, I guess, like, I just want to hear, like, where the idea stemmed from and, like, how it's been to see it, like, I mean, get so big, like, in such a short amount of time. And when I say big, I mean, like, Kojo's literally, like, putting money in and, like, helping you.
$1,000 so far.
It's fucking insane.
Just put a number on it, you know.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, I guess I just want to hear from you guys, like, what has been like, where did the idea come from, and what's the process been, and, like, how everyone, like, fits into, you know, the making of it.
Yeah, it's funny that you say bounties for tricks that haven't been done yet, because that wasn't actually my original idea.
Right.
My original idea was I went to Neo last summer and was like, oh, right, I really like tricking, but because of extenuating various life circumstances, I haven't been able to, like, trick very much. And one of my favorite parts about tricking is the end of the session and, you know, everyone's already done their power tricks. And then someone's like, oh, what if you did, like, this trick into this trick with this, like, really weird transition? And I've always enjoyed watching combos where I, like, need to watch it again because I, like, literally couldn't comprehend the way that they put together, like, even just 2 basic tricks, you know?
Yeah, like, what the fuck was that transition that happened right there?
Right.
You know, yeah.
Right, and so speaking of, like, you know, bad idea, you know, it's a good idea, and I'm glad it worked out, but in bad ideas, when I first tried to start it, I was going to call it Tricking Transition Bounties.
That's such a bulky name.
That was, like, way too long of a hashtag, and, like, I got scared on the Facebook group. Thank God, and I changed it to Tricking Bounties.
I'm kind of sad TTB didn't take off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well, yeah. So the way it happened was after Neo, you know, I was like, what if I just, like, I don't know, maybe I saw someone do, like, flare front swing Webster, and I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, oh, like, what if I, like, made the community for that? And then I, you know, put it out on the Facebook group. People were supportive. And then I made the Instagram, and, like, in the first week there were, like, 7 entries.
Yeah.
And, like, the second week there were, like, 12 entries. And then, like, you know, the reason it just kept going was, like, I would put out these, like, asks, like, oh, I don't have any graphic design skills, you know, like, right. I need to have, like, a consistent aesthetic. And some guy who just, like, is like, oh, I love that. I love your whole idea. Let me make that for you. Right? And then, like, maybe, like, week 4 or 5, Kojo messaged me and was like, oh, this is a great idea. You know, and I think I was, like, right place, right time, because I already have connections in a lot of the tricking community because I've been to gatherings. So, like, people, like, when I shared it on my socials, it got through just enough.
Yeah, that, like, enough trickers that, you know, they could
right. And then, so it's kind of become this thing where, like, maybe it was my idea, but my whole envisioning for it is this kind of community space where people gather to celebrate, you know, creativity and, like, and, like, all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think the creativity aspect should be celebrated a lot. And it's funny that I slipped up at the beginning saying, like, tricks that had never been done, because I mean, that was definitely me projecting, because, like, you know, I was the one that sponsored some of the tricks that have never been done. But you're so right that, like, there are so many tricks that have been done but haven't been put together in certain ways. And I mean, the whole like mathematically that's infinite. Like there's so many different ways to put 2 tricks together or 3 tricks together that it is such a cool novel idea to like see these different ones being put together and like, you know, envisioning that. So I think that's dope as shit. So yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's the great thing about the whole the like group or the platform, right? Is that it's broad enough that it's not just me. Like, yeah, I think maybe there does have to be one person who kind of like makes sure that the kind of, I don't know, maybe there's an executive director or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Or you need someone to judge it. You need someone to say if that is the trick or not. Is that what you mean?
Or more just like that it keeps going, you know? And like, yeah, I'll take that responsibility. But like, it is this, broad enough thing that like when you messaged me about the Muggle Slayer bounty, I was like, oh yeah, that fits perfectly. Yeah. And then goes on the page. Or, plenty of people message me like, oh, I want to see this bounty. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. So it's almost like very self-sustaining, just not financially, but that's,
right.
That's okay.
Well, unless you get that Daddy Kojo money, then it's a little more sustainable.
That's true.
The
KTL sponsorship was a ton, in terms of growth, because the whole idea was the like bounty league would reward the people who kept consistently posting entries every week.
Right, of course.
I think because of that, it like really helped the growth a lot, and I think there was one week we had like, maybe recently we had like 27 entries.
Oh my god!
But it was like, I was like, oh yeah, this is like getting there.
That's insane. It's insane if we get like 27 comments on one of our podcasts. So it's like, that's crazy to get people like that have literally gone out of their way to do a specific movement to like, send to you guys after the fact. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely insane. So I don't know. I think it's such a cool idea, and I'm glad you've rolled with it. And I guess my next question is like, I guess prior to this, I've always associated Trick and Bounties with you, Tage, and like I know you were the first one to like really make it a thing, but I know you have your homies here. Like, are they like Adam, Ray?
These are my backup singers.
Yeah, they're just chilling there. Just they don't do shit. You're actually like just the slave owner. You just totally like just tell them what to do, and that's it. Like, just
So the like I'd say the really rewarding thing from the project like has been that like it's been easy the whole time. I mean, yes, I've submitted $10 of my own money every week, but I'm in a position where I can afford that. Fortunately, in my life at the moment.
Right.
But the rewarding part has been, having this idea and then having all these people come together and be inspired by, someone being like, oh, this is here's something I want to do. Like you messaging me, the people making the graphics, Kojo messaging me, and then just kind of being like an organizer. And so what happened with
all your friends were like, yo, we should do a gathering.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Was that after I made the bounty page, Eric, who's not with us, messaged. Maybe it was at a session, and he was like, "Yo, the bounty page is great. Let's do a gathering." Exactly what happened.
It's a really logical next step.
Yeah, right. The owner of his gym, like after we went to some gatherings and we were talking about it in the gym, he looked up gatherings and he was like, when are we going to have one of these at our gym? True. And Eric was like, you've never asked me this before. I'd be down. And then we just had and Tage is a pretty big part of our friend group. So it's like, that just kind of serendipitously became a thing because the gym owner wanted it. And we wanted it, and we had a theme immediately.
Right, of course. I mean, you could base it off tricking bounties, but that's crazy. I don't know, how often does it happen that a gym owner comes up to you and is like, let's do a gathering?
That's what you want. That's what you want. Attract the things to come to you.
Honestly, big props to Oregon Dream Teams for letting us use their gym. It's an insane deal that we're getting.
Yeah, dude. That's really exciting. Yeah. So okay. So you're hosting Rose City Gathering. That's happening this summer, right? So obviously.
July 15th, 17th.
What's up?
July 15th to 17th.
July 15th to 17th. So obviously, it seems like there's a theme, and it's going to be tricking bounties. How is that tied into like the gathering at all? Like, you know, like
There's so many.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Okay.
say so many ideas pop into my head personally, but I'm just curious. You know,
One of the first things that that you can do, you can show up to the gathering, just having an idea of something that you want to see in your head, and you can set a bounty. So we have, first thing you can do is random bounties where you just come up to us. You're like, hey, I want to see this thing. You throw down like $5 or something, and we will announce it over the speaker, and we'll say, like, so-and-so just put down $5 for this trick. Who can hit it? And then somebody will hit it, or somebody will make a really dang combo of it.
Bro, you know what I just thought of is, can people like build on top of the bounty? Like if like I put down $5 and I'm like, someone sushi roll, no one does sushi roll, can someone else be like, oh, well, I'm putting $10 more on that bounty?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
You can double down. Yeah. You want people to be like, let's say you put down $5 for like a dub, right?
Yeah.
And like everybody can do a dub, right? And so like they're all like, I don't really want to do it, you know, whatever. I'm not feeling it right now. And then someone else is like, nah, I'll throw $10 for it. And then like that incentivizes it a little bit more.
Right. That's actually so exciting now. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. And like, I'm just picturing, I don't know, because me and Jason have been theorizing lately. And I know I came up to you, Tej, with Muggle Slayer, and then you threw out Sushi Roll as like another mythical trick that like no one has ever done before. And Sushi Roll, for those who don't know, is when you are doing a B-twist, but you twist the other way, right? So you still take off the same way to B-kick, but then you twist the opposite way. And at first in my head, I was like, oh, that's just like a weird rise or a weird kind of like spider twist thing, whatever. But it also seems like so impossible. But me and Jason have actually been theorizing lately, and I think it is not only possible, but it also opens up a whole new avenue of tricks that haven't been done yet. And I think it's when your flat spin and your twisting spin don't correspond is like just this whole new avenue trick. So that doesn't just exist with B-kick, that also exists with Cork and Croc and A-twist and like all of this shit. So I don't know, that was a cool idea for you to throw, and now I'm even more excited for people to finally do sushi rolls. So if you're out there and drilling it, fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, Frank, if you're there and you're like, I want to see it tonight, you can throw down a bounty for it.
I'm putting down a bounty for sushi roll for sure when I'm there. That's a given.
And then we have a bunch of other ways, like before. So each of our guests that we're gonna announce, and we can fully announce that like Dave Williams, That Behave, is gonna be there.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna set his bounty. So each guest has their own bounty that they're gonna have, and you can practice it beforehand.
So they release it before the gathering what their bounty is?
Yeah, so we're gonna have guest bounties. We're gonna have a couple of extra bounties that you can practice beforehand before you come to the gathering.
Right.
You have to film it at our gathering. We'll post it on our Instagram, and we'll have a community vote for who wins those bounties.
Oh wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I like the community vote aspect of it too, because I'm curious. Actually, sorry to bring it back again to tricking bounties really quick. Like when you are deciding on winners of bounties, what do you prioritize? Do you prioritize first person who did it, best?
Totally. Yeah, I'll be honest. I have had, you know, it's a couple weeks, quite a bit of help. Adam's my roommate, and sometimes I've like asked the whole group. And sometimes like it's like very like what are those like patterns where you zoom in and then they become themselves again?
Fractals.
It's like a fractal where the more time you spend on it, like the more you can get into it.
Right.
And yeah, I'm a nerd too.
Yeah. I love math. It's like my favorite shit.
and I've come into a kind of habit probably where, you know, if it's just me for a certain week, or like if I've already gotten help, then I'll just some of it's intuition, but I'd say the biggest guiding principle is like the like, and again, it's still subjective. You know, what did you do with the like actual transition itself, right? So if the bounty was like the other week, it was like creative ways to combo out of a B-twist, right?
The B-twist one was really fun. We spent like a whole Sunday.
Yeah, that was fun.
We spent the whole Sunday just talking about different kinds of B-twists, because the entries for that were awesome.
And that was the one that had like
Super
27
cool.
entries or something
Yeah.
like that.
And and there were a lot of entries that were like just like massive double B twists, or like
Right.
I think Kid Clark threw down like what was it, a dub B twist to triple court, to TDR trip court.
Oh my
Was that?
It looked like a trip. I assumed it was a trip because it blew up. It blew up so huge.
Oh, yeah.
Double court to dub B twist to triple court, and that was insane.
Yeah,
right?
that sounds fucking wild.
That it's a very cookie cutter combo, right? And so it's not like it's we're not looking for massive tricks, right? Tej?
Right.
We're looking for like creativity. What did you bring to this transition that is creative, that is unique, that maybe nobody else can bring to this transition?
Right,
Wait,
right.
Who won last week? Was
The
that
Beatus one.
Beatus?
Oh,
was that the Webster one? The Beatus Mr. Webster one?
I'd have to check.
There's a Miss Like Webster, bro. I gotta look at that. I love
No, yeah, it was an insane week. It was like
let me see
Chris
what.
Beadle did a double B twist to a kip up.
Chris Brady. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Brady. Sorry.
Oh, I love
Chris
Brady.
Beadle. Oh no.
Yo,
Oh,
okay.
no. Just listen to this.
I'm really
been-
not.
All right,
really
no,
bad at
here's
reading
what
Instagram.
the winner of that week did: B twist, and then like semi front swing, but traveling kind of sideways. So there was a like DOM change.
Yeah.
That like no one else. You kind of have to see the clip. But
It's what
like,
some people would call fake landing stance or whatever.
it's a fake landing. It's B twist hyper, but then as if the hyper was a semi, and that was just like.
Yeah, I would probably call that a hyper if he's doing a DOM switch, because with semi, usually you are going with your DOM, even though he's doing a front swing.
Right.
But, I mean, we could theorize.
We don't need to talk about fake stances.
Yeah. You could say fake semi, I don't know. Whatever. I think fake semi is dumb personally, but anyway. but that's just me. No, but actually, okay, another tangent. I'm so sorry. While we're on the hot tricking take.
So much.
I'm so curious about your opinion, Tej, on coin flip and Muggle Slayer. Like, are they the same thing?
Oh,
are
God.
they different? Like, have you even thought of this? Like, I don't.
All right, here's, and people listen to this, you'll understand now my position on the Bounty page.
Okay.
That's not my job. That's not my job, and it can be fun to theorize, and I'm like not interested in any of that really at all.
Oh man.
That's your job. Like I appreciate what you do, Frank, and I appreciate like Jordan and the people who like put it on their stories and like break it down, and like I used to be like that, and then now I'm just like, that's dope. I want to see more of that. I'm gonna put a bounty out. Like that's my job. My job is
No, that's completely fair. Theorizing is just my shit. I like love it. But me and Jason are honestly kind of torn right now. Like one of us, like I think coin flip and Muggle Slayer are essentially the same. He thinks that they're two different tricks, and we're still like hashing it out. So it's been a whole thing. So, but it's fun.
Have to live debate that one day.
Honestly, yeah, I would love to do that because I'd smoke his ass. But that's just me.
if you're looking for a mediator,
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. But okay, so you were explaining that some of these bounties are all of them democratically elected on, or like what?
Definitely not. Okay,
I was gonna say that
there are
seems
so many different ways for you to win, essentially, that there's no way we could put it all on Instagram and just expect the community to come out in droves to vote. No.
Right.
Of
right?
course.
I mean, that's really I feel like that's a struggle that Shapes runs into a lot. So.
Yeah.
We want the bounties that are online to essentially be like, you film them at our gathering, they're there like all weekend, and people are voting on them kind of like throughout that weekend. So
Are these the guest bounties?
These are the guest bounties, the bounties that happen beforehand, the bounties that will be posted on the Roast Gathering page.
Okay.
Those are the bounties that are going to be that you can practice, right, and then show up to the gathering, having practiced it, and really show us what you got. Because we definitely want to see what you got. We're so blown away every time we go to a gathering by this community, how creative they are, and how insanely crazy they are, especially with like newer tricks or different shapes, things like that. So
Right.
we really want to see what this community has got, and we want to reward you for all the hard work you put in.
Yeah, I think that's so sick. Okay, so in terms of like the democracy, how does that work? Like, are you putting something up on a page and then like it's on your story and they vote, or have you guys hashed out the details?
Let's just say we got all these ideas.
We've been talking about ideas.
The gathering's in July, right?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
The details will come later.
I'm also talking to Adam Davenport about shapes showing up and doing our battles as well.
Mm.
So we might have a way, like an avenue through him.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things up in the air about the voting system. But we'll definitely get it hammered out. It's not a hard thing. You just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I think you guys.
You got to how you want to do it the best way. Right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will figure it out. And then in terms of like, you said that some of the bounties are is an example of like some of the bounties that wouldn't be like democratically voted on, and who would be judging it. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting you say that, Frank. I have a trade offer for you.
Oh, okay.
So we're hosting battles, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s if we can.
Yeah.
And these battles will be bounty based. So
Bounty-based battle.
Bounty-based battle at BBB. You gotta get the Big Bang Boys involved.
Shout out BBB.
Who might be coming through to the gathering.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
Sam.
Yeah, which that
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, we don't.
No official announcement yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't think that.
I'll cut it out. Actually, this is exclusive content. This is on my Patreon, alright? So subscribe. And then, like, but,
You want to know how to guess? You gotta be.
right.
Yeah, we we have battles that are gonna be usually battles are like 1 minute. You throw down whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever does the coolest stuff or whoever has the cleanest stuff wins. But for our battles, it's gonna be each round. Each round you have 3 rounds, and you have 1 bounty that you have to do each round.
Mm-hmm.
And you and your team, if that applies, have 3 tries to put that bounty into your combo and make it look cool.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Right.
Kind of like the Pokemon battle.
Is it okay? So you have 3 tries. Which try counts? Is it your last attempt? Is it your best attempt?
Best. It's the best attempt.
Best
Yeah.
attempt.
Yeah. Because like maybe you get it in your first try and you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try to double this.
Or I'm gonna save my energy.
Yeah.
True.
Because I don't know if that's coming.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not a bad idea. Okay. I dig it. And then who
Yeah,
would be judging
so,
these battles?
Our bounties,
Who's judging?
our
Good
battles,
question.
Your what?
Good question.
our battles are gonna be a little bit different in that way, and with a little help from Talking Tricks, we're gonna have hopefully you, Frank.
Oh,
be
yep.
our judges for those battles.
Oh my god, I totally forgot you guys offered me this last time. Hell yeah, I'm actually
Yeah.
Last time. Oh yeah.
We want Talking Tricks to be our battle judges.
Wow.
We want you and Jason to come out and judge us either or, like you or Jason, you and Jason.
Yeah.
Just somebody from Talking Tricks would be awesome, and you judge along with our guest panel.
Right. I'm so sorry to everyone in advance because me and Jason are the biggest snobs about trick theory, so watch out.
That's it. That's why we want you. Yeah. You know, all the theory, the whole thing is like the theory is your job, right? So if we put up battles that are theory based, you know, you're our guy for that, right?
True. Damn. All right. I'll take the
We
responsibility.
put on like a bounty that's like a Lotus, right? And somebody does it slightly differently, and you're like, no.
That didn't take off
Not
short
Lotus,
complete,
dude.
so no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's actually so exciting. Yeah, no, I'm hyped as fuck for that. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think just to zoom back out for a second, the like takeaway for me, what I hope for the gathering is that similar to the bounty page, the like vibe. You know, there's all these different bounties and ways to play, and we should transition to things that Ray and Kaivon can talk more about.
Okay.
But is that, you know, it captures like that kind of, you know, end of session vibe where you're like trying new things and you don't really care what it looks like yet because you're like, oh, I wonder if I could do that part. You know, and we're trying to structure how all these structures are, the purpose is to capture that vibe or to, you know.
Right.
And so some gatherings it's just like, a session. Like Neo,
You can.
a ton of fun. It's just people throwing down the whole time,
Yeah.
right? And we're hoping to, structure it a little bit more. But, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I actually like that you bring up the end of session vibe thing, because at least so the Southwest Florida tricking community, our team name is called the Muggle Slayers, and we definitely fuck so hard with that, because that's like, I feel like most of our sessions are end of session sessions. Like, we'll go hard for like 30 minutes, and then the rest of the time it's like, yo, what if we did this trick? What if we did this? And I wish Jason was here, because we have literally spent hours upon hours just doing stupid shit like Donut Boy twist and Donut Boy like hyper hook and Donut Boy double twist, like attempting all these tricks. And honestly, that's been some of the most fun sessions, is just like fucking around with weird shit that I've never really done before. So I love
that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's the experience.
That's exactly what we want.
That's the experience we want people to have.
It's very fun. Before the Tricking Bounties page really was a thing, I was Taja's guinea pig for all
Yeah, shout out Kaiba.
like B kick switch to spider switch to
Yo.
like stupid stuff. So fun.
Yeah, all the spider
Yeah,
shit
I'm a
is
lot
wild.
better at tricking than I am, to be honest.
Dude, you guys.
Oh yeah, and Kaivon won the
Oh, yeah,
the winner of season 2.
Oh, true. Congrats, dude. Holy shit.
It wasn't rigged, by the way.
I promise,
Sure.
you know.
Okay. Whatever.
Unconscious
But
bias, whatever.
that actually that talks to the fact that it's literally just consistency. Kaivon he just went every week. He's just like, here's my bounty.
It's like the year before, I had like a series on my Instagram page where I posted a Freestyle Friday combo with like to music, and I had to like get a clip for every week, so I was like, that kept me consistent. And so now with the Trigger Bounties, it's like keeping me consistent with that, like performing well at a session, so I can like get the clip for the submission.
Damn, dude. I don't know how you do that, because I like record once every like 2 months, maybe, like my tricks. But that's crazy. It's so funny because your guys' dynamic really reminds me of me and my friend Alex. And Alex, like, honestly, Alex at least looks a lot like you, Tage. And it's so funny because he just like would give us the most ridiculous shit to do at the end of the session. He'd be like, "Yeah, dude, just do hyper double 12, like whatever." It's like
Everybody's got to have one. Every tricking group has to have one guy that's just like, what if you did it this way?
everyone needs a Tage, as all I'm saying.
But then everyone needs to come on to actually
To
fucking
do
do
it.
it.
Everyone needs to come on too, but
I can't make it look as good as Skywalker.
oh my god, that's fucking amazing.
I can't dub at the moment, actually, to be fully honest.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, we all just do our tricks however we want to. I mean, like, what's his name? British tricker who is just like swamp water fucking style. I forgot. But regardless, he was just like, he just did the weirdest shit. He wasn't even that powerful, but he just did the smoothest, weirdest shit, and he was super creative.
Was it a Jordan?
Jordan something.
Edward?
What?
Jordan Edwards?
Oh, Jordan Edwards. That's who it was. Yes.
How did I get that?
Because swamp water style. That's like how exactly.
Dude, that guy like super leggy and long and like could stall out tricks and do like weird. Yeah, I know exactly. He's one of my favorite trickers to watch.
Yeah, he's so sick, and like that's what I feel like Tricking Bounties is really celebrating. And that's what I like about it. It's not like you guys aren't putting bounties for like, oh, triple cork, swing dub, swing triple cork, or whatever the fuck. That's not what the bounties are. It's literally just like, hey, if you've been tricking for roughly a year or even less sometimes, like you could do most of these things and like do it in cool ways. So
yeah, I think that's the vibe we really wanted as well. It's like we're not looking for the next, quad swing quad.
Yeah.
We're looking for that. We're looking for something that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like
he deleted his Instagram.
Oh, he deleted his Instagram? Damn.
No,
Missed that, man.
maybe I just can't find it.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I like that like lateral expansion because I feel like tricking. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing new power tricks. I love seeing the next quad cork. I love the next powerful setup. But that being said, trickers love to say like, oh, there's like no limit to anything, but human bodies do have a limit at some point, and we will reach it. We may not even be close right now, and that's fine. But like, I see the future of tricking being a more lateral expansion rather than forward. And I think that's the dopest part of it. Like, I want to see the power involved with it too. Like, I want to see the weirdest fucking transitions into cork and back outs, and then swing out of that.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Like, triggers could do that.
I think it's like, I think that speaks to another point, is that tricking can only happen if we have the Tages who can think of things, the Kaivans that can do them, you know?
Exactly.
Like, we need both power and creativity to make tricking grow. And
fucking yin
tricking
yang.
is just part of that.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, it's just part of that community
Yeah.
growing, you know? We need to think about tricking as a multifaceted thing that we each kind of have our way of adding to.
Oh, of course. I completely agree.
Oh, wait, before we get into too many tangents, we gotta talk about trick or dice.
Okay,
That's
okay.
that's a big core.
Big gathering thing.
Trick or dice.
And that's like all Ray. That's all Ray. You know.
Okay, Ray. So, I mean, would you like to...
Just get out of the way.
So,
sorry, what's up?
no, I was just gonna ask you, like, what's up with Trick or Dice? What's this invention of yours?
Oh, okay. So Trigger Dice. I actually got this idea from King of the Floor because I used to be an avid skateboarder, and I always loved watching King of the Hill, which I transitioned to tricking, and I saw King of the Floor. I'm like, oh my god, they totally like copied this idea, but actually like made it kind of cool and relevant to
is King of
tricking.
the Hill like the skateboarding version of King of the Floor?
Yep, I was actually inspired by it, and then I started seeing other like pieces of skateboarding. Like Brian Wong's like segment of like Game of Trick is also like one of like the skateboarding version of the Game of Skate,
Right.
which it started first. So then I was like, oh my god. Then like this like being surrounded by like Tage and Adam and like Kaiwan and all the rest of the like organ crew, like, everybody's like so like creative and weird, and I like to think of like new ideas to have like some sort of creativity.
Mhm.
So then I was like brainstorming, like, oh my god, like I think one day I was like watching this skateboarding segment called like Skater Dice, and I was like, oh my god, like what have I made out of tricking? So then we were brainstorming, and I went to my local Ross and bought like 3 little cubes of dice basically, and just started writing on it and giving weird little variations on one. So like one was like for flipping access, one was like for kicks, and then one was like for rotation. And I was like, oh my god. And I brought it to the session, and it's actually on our Instagram page.
Yeah?
And you guys watch it. It's like
At PDX Tricking.
at PDX Tricking. So basically, like you roll, like basically roll a dice, and let's say the dice would say a vertical access flip with a 360, and then the last dice with kicking would be like variation instead of a kick.
Right.
There's so many possibilities that what you can do with them.
Oh,
One
so
could
many.
do one front flip 360. One person could do like possibly like a back roll.
Uh-huh.
And like also the dice implies like hand plants too, so you can do like actually like a back handspring 360.
Oh my gosh, involving the hand stuff sounds complicated, but that sounds really dope.
so there's a lot of like cool things with this, like, and like the fact that we're gonna introduce this at the gathering.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be a whole other like ballpark. I hope like tricking will like grab and like just like take off with it, because there's gonna be so much new variations that you never thought about too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like there's gonna be, like, naturally what happens is there's gonna be, like, because do you guys have multiple floors in your gathering, or is it just, like...
We get
5,000 square feet of fire.
It's over. It's almost 6,000.
Yeah.
6,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have 2 full floors,
Uh-huh.
1 half floor, 1 half dead floor, and then 2 tumble tracks and 2 rod floors, resi, mats, rolls, we have a lot.
That's so perfect, because I could picture, like, a whole little group of trickers just getting in a circle and doing the trick or dice while the main session is going on, and they're just fucking around, just trying to find a new variation.
We're gonna have a booth where we essentially just we're selling them. Yeah, and then we're gonna have a big kind of house pot where like the PDX Tricking Boys, we have we're gonna have like a certain number of points, and you guys are trying to like get points from us by betting numbers of dice. So it's like you throw like 1 die, it's just a flip, right? You throw 2 dice, you get a flip and a rotation. 3 dice, flip, rotation, kick.
Right.
You know.
Damn.
And so depending on how many dice you put in is how many like points you're betting towards you landing that trick.
But then it
If
also
you
makes it
can't
harder to
win our
land.
points, and if you don't land it, you don't.
That's so sick. I actually love that idea so much. And it actually speaks really well to an idea that me and Jason had. It's actually our very first podcast episode where we talk about the essence of what makes a trick. And we essentially break it down to 4 components. I know you have 3 dice in your thing, but there's different models for everything, so it's fine.
Actually,
I think
actually,
after our first
I'm
year-
working on my 4th dice.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Fourth die, yeah.
Because
So the last die is actually landing stance.
I was just
So
going to say that. That's the last part of ours. Is
Yeah,
like,
it was. So I have full. I have like complete. I have semi. I have turbo. I have all the stance. I have like basically just all the stances that like I took the idea from Loop Kicks. Actually, went on their site and I was like looking at all the like might as well.
Because those are the 4 essences of a trick. Yeah, like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shout out to Loop Kicks.
yeah. There you go. So once you have the
but-
landing stance, that's like you can make any trick from that if you have the right, amount. Well, variation is crazy because variation you can add like infinite things. But sorry, go on.
No, I just think that's really so like trigger dice is like meant for like you have like different skill caps in a group.
Mhm.
So like people have different types of skill, whether they're like one's more creative and the other one's like more power based. Then like you can basically just get a group of your friends like, hey guys, let's do a trick. So we'll roll down a trick and everybody does something different than the other person because they have to think about their trick.
Right. Yeah.
So.
That makes so much sense. That's really fucking dope, and I'm really excited to fuck around with those. I'm definitely gonna cop one because holy shit. Also, I don't know if you ever thought of this, but I could see rolling multiple dice. So like let's say I roll my first dice and it's the first trick. Then let's say I roll a dice that's a transition dice, and then I roll that, and then I roll another pair of like 4 dice and then do the other trick. I think that there's infinite potential here, like obviously. So, you roll with it however you want to, but that's so sick.
Well, I think that's probably gonna be in the future. For the time being, I really like the idea of having a transition dice or like a dice, so we can do. But I think with the current moment with the 4 dice, I think people can do whatever they want with combo size. Like some people can go out scoop, card, TDR, whatever they want to. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think it's just like another option to add. So it's like, but even then with the dice themselves, it's like you could already do so fucking much.
Yeah, there's so many things we could do.
Exactly.
We played like a couple of variations where it's like either you do one trick that has all of these things, or you do a combo that incorporates each of these things.
Oh, okay. So it could be either contained in a trick or in a combo. That's really cool.
Well, we were just messing around with it. We want, just to kind of like, as an example of the fact that you can do so many things with these dice. We want the community to be really creative with these as well. I imagine there's infinite ways to play trigger dice, and we want to see them.
I think the coolest thing I've seen from the dice is actually from Eric. Eric, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So
Shout out Eric.
Shout out to Eric. But he rolled a hook kick and I think it was a slant access. So he had to go at this access.
Right.
And
like a shape.
I was imagining some sort of like maybe like aerial hook or something like that, but he did E-kick thread.
Oh, what? How do you thread an E? What? I don't even know.
Oh yeah, that's a hook kick.
To it.
Yeah.
It's a hook kick on the slant axis. Is just on his hand.
And then oh my god, I can't even picture that. So his
So
hand.
you like do the first kick, then like grab one of your feet,
And
get
then
the
thread.
hook, thread the hook
Thread through.
like back through, and then kick out
Yeah.
or something.
We have a clip
We
of
have a
it
clip
on
of that
our
on it, yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to
If you
check
want to
this.
see it, it's on the Instagram.
Yeah. So
It's a PDF
that's the
trigger.
cool thing about trigger dice. There's so much like possibilities that comes with it. So
You can like
Yeah.
interpret it in different ways too, so that's cool.
exactly.
Yeah. Damn, dude, I actually love that. Yeah, you actually can you actually personally like message me and send me the page because I really want to check this like all those combos out that you're telling me about.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Fuck yeah, that's
Yeah, and
awesome.
follow the we have a gathering page too, Rose City Gathering.
Okay, yes.
Rose City Gathering, PDX_tricking,
Mhm.
and then tricking_bounties. Those are the the pages
Those are
you
the
should
3
follow.
pages.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just kind of
Exactly. So yeah, if any of you guys are remotely interested in Rose City Gathering, definitely follow them on there because that's gonna be how you keep your updates.
Yeah, and we're giving out a lot of discounts. Currently, we have like a 10% discount out. If you have like 5 people
Or
in a
10
group,
people.
well, there's also a 5-person one. If you have
Oh, yeah.
5 people in a group, I think you get $5 off your ticket. If you have 10 people in your group, you have $10 off your ticket. And then on top of that, you can also use our Bounty 10% off code to get another 10% off on top of that.
Oh,
We
shit.
just had the Seattle Tricking Crew buy tickets, and they rounded out to about $54 a ticket for them,
So good.
which is a huge drop from $70.
Mhm.
Or 75, I said.
75, yeah. So it was a huge drop for them.
Damn.
So
is,
yeah,
is there a specific
buy-
date people
use
should
that
buy
Bounty
from?
code. Sorry, what was that?
Is there a specific date people should buy, like the group discount, or use the discount code by?
The
Or
discount code is going to be discontinued sometime in March, so you do
Yeah.
need to buy your ticket before that time.
Yeah.
And then after that, any discount codes will be given out mainly to people that we know through our own codes. And then if you're out of state, if you're out of country, if you're, for example, like flying over an ocean, like you're in England or you're basically anywhere that's not in North America, then you get 50% off your ticket. And you just have to DM us and let us know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, come on. We have a bunch of people from the Tricking Bounties are from out of country. People who are submitting. We want to see them because now they're part of our little community, you know. And so we give them half off their ticket. Hopefully, it'll make it a little bit easier for them to show up.
That's like such a good way to incentivize like international people coming in. I actually love that. So yeah.
And our other roommate just showed me when he was overhearing the podcast. He said you should do a price reduction for people under 13 or whatever.
Oh, true.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I get some kids.
We're actually all of our guests that are coming. They really want to teach. So we're having workshops at our gathering as well.
Yes.
So
It's gonna be a full weekend.
If you're new to tricking and you want to learn something, we have some amazing people who are there to teach you. And then you can use what you learned to go win a bounty.
Wow. Yeah, so this is gonna be a jam-packed ass gathering. I'm so excited.
Yeah. We were like making like a mock schedule. We were just like, man, there's just gonna be stuff happening all the time.
Damn, dude.
And we're trying to collaborate with other gathering hosts. So like they do battles, like the winner gets a ticket to our gathering, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like maybe a bounty shows up at their gathering. Like you can advertise. You know,
on top of that, we're also sponsoring this season.
Oh yeah, good
the
point.
Tricking Bounties League. So if you win this season of Tricking Bounties League, you get cash prize and a ticket.
Oh, so you get a ticket to the gathering?
Yeah, and you can spend a little bit of cash.
Let's hope Clive doesn't win.
True.
That would be like, oh.
That's funny. So in terms of, I know it's okay if you guys are trying to be secretive about guests, but have you announced any guests, or like are there any guests that you?
We're announcing Dave Williams.
Okay. Yeah.
Big friend of ours. So he was just super glad to be a guest of ours.
Nice.
And then the other guests will be announced soon.
Sweet.
But we'll say we've got like 4 that could be like confirmed.
We have 3 definitely confirmed guests, and then 1 or 2 that's kind of in the air.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh,
what?
yeah, maybe.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, you didn't hear this.
They just did some whispering and like I'm just not in the loop. So
Marketing strategy.
Every day we get a little bit of news from one of our guests or someone who wants to be our guest. We've had people who come to us and be like, "Hey, I want a guest for your gathering," and we're like, "What? Like, yeah, like you want to come through? That'd be great."
Yeah, because it's gonna be a dope ass gathering. So, oh man, I'm definitely gonna be there 100%. So I am very excited. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to say about your gathering or Tricking Bounties before we end this off? I know you guys have to go soon. So.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to put out again that it's like, it amazes me how it's like, you know, I know I talked for a bit about the bounties, but totally would not have been able to do it without all the like crazy amount of support that people just wanted to do, you know, either, you know, like for free or like they were just like super hyped about it. And like this gathering, like I actually remember, I think I put it on a bucket list like a year ago. I'm like, oh, it'd be fun to like host a gathering or like be involved in that process. And then I made no effort to make that goal happen. And then, you know, I feel like Eric has been doing a lot. Taiwan's been doing a lot. Ray with the trigger dice, like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, like both for the bounty page and then like this gathering. It's like
uh-huh.
you know, I know what my skill sets are, and like if people think that it's like I made all the bounties happen, it's like
Right.
there's like a lot of people who don't really want to take credit, who like have done a lot that made it happen, you know, and this gathering especially, I feel like it's kind of also like Eric's bait. I know I want to speak for Eric because he's not here, but like he's been wanting to do a gathering for like 10 years or something.
Yeah, he's been wanting to do a gathering forever.
I was talking to him about doing one like this year.
Yeah, as soon as I left Neo, I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Neo was a good ass time, and I also I also agree because like me and Jason have also been throwing out the idea of Talking Tricks as Talking Tricks exclusive, but like a Talking Tricks gathering would also be like something I would totally want to do in the future, where it's just like based on trick theory and like I don't know, we can like theorize about fucking trick theory and be nerds about it, and like
gathering takes off, we'll help. You know,
yeah.
Like,
so I mean,
the way that we think it's gonna take off, then we'll hopefully have some kind of following to send to your gathering.
Of course. So yeah, I mean that's definitely something on my bucket list. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully that.
And I think a big shout out just goes out generally to the community because none of these amazing ideas, none of these very exciting opportunities would have ever been able to happen if it weren't for this like crazy community of people.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
Who are just down for challenges. Who are just down for like, oh, you want me to do that? Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
I agree. I think it's fucking awesome how much the tricking community gives back to that stuff. And I love that you guys are also giving back to the tricking community by hosting this gathering, by giving them an opportunity to be in person and do everything. And it's obviously like a give and take, and like everyone's kind of contributing to an extent. So, but thank you guys for I guess hosting this gathering in the future. But
yeah. Well, yeah, we should probably talk about lodging because if we're worried about where to stay, because we have sleeping area in the gym, so we have a giant divider in the gym. So we're gonna throw that up, transform the gym into like half session, half sleeping. Yeah. So
like at night.
At night, yeah.
Of course. No, I wanted to sleep at like 3 p.m. Can I do that? Like,
you want to sleep at 3 p.m., you going outside. It's going to be middle of summer, so it's going to be gorgeous outside.
Oh, yeah.
We'll also have food on site. Your meal ticket buys you your meals.
Oh.
So that it's like $10 for a meal ticket. We purposefully made it stupidly cheap because we want you to be fed. Yeah. And we're hooking up with some Portland. Is it $10 a day? I think it's just $10 for the meal. Because we wanted it to be really cheap. But we've talked to some Portland food trucks about coming over and parking in our parking lot.
Wait, so you're not personally making the food, Adam? Because
So the first day. If you're one of the homies, if you want to come over, I am making an absolutely stupid amount of food for the first day. And if you were at Chicktoberfest, then you already know that my cooking is absolutely dank.
I can't attest.
Dude, I was fucking joking, but now you're like making me a personal meal. I fucking love this. Okay.
Yeah, I just love home cooking for people. So our guests will all get a home cooked meal at the end of the day, and it'll probably be a lot. So I imagine there'll be leftovers for other people as well. So.
Dang. Okay, and then food trucks.
Potluck at my house.
Hey, let's fucking go. So okay, for the overnight session, is that going to be every night of the gathering? Is it just Saturday? Like, how does that work?
Looks like to be Friday and Saturday. Sunday is going to be awards for battles. So you're going to want to stick around for a little bit on Sunday. If you have to, fly out early, that we totally understand. We'll send you whatever you want, whether through like PayPal, Venmo, USPS mail. We'll get you your winnings. If you win something, we want to make sure you have it.
Of course. Okay, that's actually exciting. I'm glad that there's a Friday and Saturday overnight session because I have the hot take that I don't like actually staying at hotels or Airbnbs unless there's like a good amount of homies there because I get heavy FOMO, so I just like to be at the gym.
Yeah, no. There's also the best thing is that there's a motel across the street that's super cheap, so you can just go there, grab a night, and then just come back to the session right after.
Walking distance.
Like literally, like you could just walk there.
Damn. Okay, that's sounding awesome. I'm excited to see Oregon in the summer. I've never been to the west coast of the United States. So.
Yeah.
So much better than Oregon any other time of the year.
Is it just like
Well,
raining
right
the
now,
rest of
it's
the time?
like we got our fake summer.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have our February fake outs happening right now.
I
Where
saw-
in Oregon it's like really sunny for like a couple weeks, and then
And
it's
then it
like
goes back to cold.
rain.
Bro.
Blue sky on the way over here.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's really pretty
I
over
don't know
here.
where it went though.
Oh my god. I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and it's been cold as fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the office place. But anyway, it's been it was like 50 like 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm like, this feels fucking amazing. And first of all, I'm from Florida. That's like usually 50 I'd be freezing my ass off. But I was like, wow, 50 feels nice. And then it fucking got so cold again. And it's the worst thing ever. It's like 19 degrees right now, and I'm like, terrible. but yeah, I'm excited for it to actually be summer, and then for it to be summer in Oregon. So
Yeah.
Also, we're like pretty close to the beach too, so I can imagine people going up to the beach.
It's like a 2-hour drive.
2 hours.
This is
Like,
a
hour and a half.
Hour drive.
hour and a half is doable. I could do that to the beach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like how are you gonna get a car?
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, people
No, to be honest, not to discourage people. I think you guys.
I mean,
can
if-
it easily.
Yeah, there's a bunch of we probably will just drive. Okay.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to say about the gathering before we close off?
Do we have anything else?
I think we
covered almost
You guys
everything.
made it seem like absolutely fucking amazing, so I'd be shocked if you said something else, because like that means a lot. So-
Also, Kanye's.
I love that.
He's gonna be wearing a full face mask though, so you won't know it's him.
Right, of course. All right, so
Of all
catch-
the like musical artists to like joke say as a guest, like
I think
Kanye.
Kanye is so-
Kanye's like the least realistic guy to show up to anything.
Like, you should have said that. Is it, you guys have any guests?
Kanye West.
Oh my god.
You're just gonna like bail last minute, and you have to like buy. He has like a new streaming service that costs $100, and Donda 2 is gonna be on that, and it's not gonna be on. It's not gonna be on Spotify.
Yeah?
Do you guys see this? Everything this guy does is just so fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Except for the times he's like pretty shitty to people. But
Right.
anyway,
Of course.
I-
Fuck that part. But yeah. Damn. So, all right. Well, if you guys want to catch Kanye West at a chicken gathering, go to Rose City. But yeah, thank you guys for being on. Honestly, this was a good ass conversation. Had a lot of fun. So, thank you to you guys. I will make sure to put your Instagram handles in the description, and also send me like your Rose City Gathering Instagram and stuff, and I'll make sure to put that.
oh yeah,
into
I
it.
can message
We'll
you
do that
those
right now.
after Frank.
Yeah, sounds good. But yeah, thank you guys for being on.
But did
And
we get that all recorded?
oh yes, oh fuck. Actually, no, I'm kidding. Yeah.
I almost felt the shit, bro. I was almost like, oh no, we did it again.
Oh my gosh.
Our
No.
second take.
You're good. I'm absolutely certain it did record, and I did check that my voice pops up, so we're good this time. But anyway,